Hello, it's Dr. Blanchard with your parent tip of the week. So today we are talking about why is my teenage son not motivated? And so when we think about the word motivation and we define that, what essentially it means is that a child needs to have a motive that they desire to satisfy. If your child does not have a motive that they desire to satisfy, there is no motivation. And so this notion ties into our human needs, right? And so our human needs are to basically have our basic needs met along with our psychological needs. Those needs can be broken down into your deficiency needs and your growth needs. Your deficiency needs, as I said, deals with your psychological needs as well as your physiological needs like water, shelter, to feel safe. And then you have your growth needs. Your growth needs include the needs that are associated with you feeling like you belong and that you are connected to something greater than you. So, if your child is struggling with motivation, you first have to figure out which one of their needs aren't being met. If your child's psychological needs are being met, as well as their physiological needs are being met, then it means that their growth needs are not being met, which can mean that they don't have a sense of belonging and they don't feel like they have a community. And so I want to talk about a few things that you can do to really help your child to move through this and feel, motivated. So let's say your child has all of their physiological needs met and they have all of their psychological needs met. Then we want to kind of focus on these particular tips. First and foremost, parents, we want to listen, right? If we listen to our children long enough, they will actively tell us what is wrong. And so when we listen, we're not listening to respond, we're listening to understand. And that's a difference. So you have to kind of put yourself in a mindset that I'm not listening to respond or to rebuttal whatever my teen is saying. I'm listening to understand their perspective and how they feel. Secondly, you need to believe in your team. Even when they can't believe in themselves, you have to be their biggest cheerleader because going through adolescence is a very difficult stage and it's very complicated for a lot of different reasons. So if you constantly believe in your child, they too will learn to believe in themselves. We also want to encourage them to break their goals down into smaller goals. This helps the child to feel like I'm plugging away or I'm accomplishing things when you have a larger goal that's wrapped into smaller steps that you must take to get there. And so breaking the goals down into smaller attainable goals can motivate and help them feel like they can overcome. You also want to learn how to transfer the responsibility to the child. Sometimes as parents, we get too caught up and involved in, you know, the child's success, even more so than them. And so this is something that you want to start early on with just focusing them on making good choices, right? And so that extends into helping them to be responsible for the reality that they are currently creating in this moment. You also want to figure out what are their key motives, right? What are they motivated to do right now in this moment? What are the things that they do really well and build out from that, build on to that, right? And so every child has something that they can do really well, and we need to find that and build from that. And then finally, you want to focus on the journey and not the destination, right? We all have been children before. We all know how difficult and challenging it can be. And some of us look at ourselves as adults and like, I don't know how I made it this far. And so your child may have that same experience. It's not a straight and dotted line. In fact, it's a curvy, around the curve, up and down kind of line. And so as long as you understand that this is a piece of their development, it has nothing to do with the outcome, I think you would be okay. I hope this was helpful for you. Please remember to comment. Please remember to like and share my page with other parents who are looking for expert advice with their children. Thank you and have a great day.